Good evening and welcome to Weather Fans Live here on Thursday, 7th of September 2023. Is it warm enough for you outside? It's certainly been record breaking the last few days with we've actually got a day past our record of consecutive days above 30 degrees for the UK. It's happened on 3 occasions, we've had 3 days, but it's never happened on 4 consecutive days. But it looks like this heat will continue for a few more days yet. We'll have a look at the charts in just a moment. But first, let's take a look at the current temperatures across the UK. Certainly warm, very warm out there still. If I can find what I'm looking for, the screen share, there we go. Take myself off there, full screen that, and these are the latest temperatures out there as of 7:38 p.m. tonight, and we've still got a temperature of 30 degrees showing at Cambridge, but it hasn't got a time of when it was recorded, so it could be a few degrees less now actually. But let's have a look across the south here and make our way towards the north. So, as of 7 o'clock, it's 22 degrees at Manston, then the far southeast. It's going along the south coast at Shoreham Airport at 21. Gatwick Airport at 26 degrees as of 20 past 7 this evening. Norfolk at 27 degrees as of 7 o'clock. Benson at 24. Oxford Airport at 26. Boscombe down at 24. Yeovilton at 25. North White at 24, Cardinham at 22. So this heat isn't just for one part of the UK. As you can see by the colours on the screen, it's virtually nationwide. Land's End Airport currently at 19 degrees. Let's head back. Cheltenham at 26 degrees. Cardiff Wales Airport at 25 degrees. Sainsbury's at 23, Shopton at 26, Birmingham Airport at 26 degrees, Wittering at 23, Coningsby, which is usually one of the hot spots in the UK, as it seems to be anyway these days, at 22 degrees, Humberside at 20, Farthingdales at 18, Leeds Bradford Airport at 22, Liverpool Airport at 24, Capel Curig at 23, Will at 24, Blackpool Airport at 23, Walcott at 21, Newcastle at 16. Seems like it's a little bit cooler along this northeast coast. Possibility of some coastal fog there. Chatham Hall at 18, Edinburgh Airport at 17, Glasgow Airport at 21, Aviemore at 23, Al-Nahar at 25 degrees. It's one of our cooler places in the UK, but at 7 o'clock tonight, that was recording temperature of 25 degrees. And Wick there in the far northeast of Scotland at 17. Stornoway at 22. Let's head back further down. Islay at 18. Loch Fay at 19 degrees. Glenanne at 20. Oh, that's updated. Yes, that's just updated. That's at 20 degrees. Casement Aerodrome at 22. Old Park Carlow at 25. Old Park at 23 in Ireland. Shannon Airport at 26. So still warm down west of Ireland. Alt Henry at 25. Claremorris at 26. Connaught at 24. And Sligo Airport at 24 degrees. So let's look at the pressure at the moment. Pressure is more higher towards the northeast of the UK. Dundee with 1,019 millibars and Kerry Airport at 1,030. So not too much of a difference, but I've had like a little feature move up more or less west of what the west of Wales up through parts of Ireland, we've had seen some showers or thunderstorms. So just bear me a second. Let me just get up on the websites. Shouldn't take too long to load up. Is that going to let me? Yep, it's now come up on the screen. So let's have a look at the latest radar in the UK. So let's flick over to that. So that's showing some showers towards parts of eastern England, perhaps a few showers there towards, what's that, down Portsmouth actually, down Portsmouth and Hayne Island maybe clipping the east of the Isle of Wight. But most of the action is up towards Northern Ireland at the moment. We've got some heavy showers there. Let's zoom in to see if any of these have produced any lightning. Enniskillen, maybe around the Enniskillen area, there's a nice cell there. Or this is moving more north to northeastwards. No, that's not. It's moving more towards north. And more around there for the Western Isles, up through the Scottish Highlands, through into Inverness. So it's showing a lot of rainfall there. So maybe there's a few rumbles of thunder there, but it's not shown on the light detector on here at the moment. For some reason, that's been really slow tonight, so let me just take that off the screen there. Oops. Didn't mean to do that, so let's try that again. So let's move straight onto net weather actually. These are the highest temperatures from netweather.tv. These are not showing the highest temperature of the day. I've heard that's been 32.6 degrees, but I'm not sure it's been confirmed or not. But that'll put that as the hottest day of the year so far. But this is showing at 32 degrees at Heathrow at 4 p.m. this afternoon. So let's have a look at the pressure charts and see what they are showing at this very moment in time. Then we'll have a look to see how long this weather is expected to last. If I can find what I am looking for. The fact chart should be at the bottom of this page. There it is. So the latest facts charts, we've got high pressure out towards the east, with low pressure still sitting out towards the west. We've got this trough here, which is bang on where we saw that rain on the previous tab. Let's move that up a little bit further. So what's going to happen in the next 24 hours? Not too much. High pressure still sat across the UK. Very light winds, if any at all. We've still got that heat across the UK tomorrow, so plenty of sunshine around. Could be haze with some high cloud. But literally, it looks like it's going to be universally dry. As we head through to midnight into Saturday, we've got weather fronts getting very close to the UK. Maybe parts of northwest Scotland into Northern Ireland could start turning a bit hazy during the day. Then again, during the day into Saturday, we've got these weather fronts moving in towards the far northwest of the UK into Ireland as well. Then through into midnight, these weather fronts do very slowly move down towards the, more or less towards the Scottish English border. Seems to be weakening as it does so. We've got this trough trying to come up from the southwest, so that could give us the risk of some heavy thundery showers, maybe for southwest England through into Sunday. So this is showing some, maybe potentially some heavy thundery showers affecting parts of southwest England into South Wales through the day on Sunday. We've still got this weather front sat across the northwest, trying to move down towards the southeast. Then on Monday the 11th, we've still got that weather front sat across parts of northern England, southern Scotland, through into northwest Ireland. Sorry, into, yes, the west of Ireland there. But there seems to be a bit of a wave on this weather front at the moment. So you've got the, obviously, cooler air to the north and warmer air to the south. There was talk of this moving through Monday, but the Met Office does not have that happening at this moment in time. So let's have a look at the latest at GFS. Actually, first let's have a look at the UKV to see if it's showing any signs of maybe thunderstorms or showers breaking out in the next few days. So let's go into that. So this is the here and now. So let's get through this afternoon. So that's showing a few showers there across parts of Scotland there. And let's take through into tomorrow. That's staying more or less it is actually universally dry. We've got some showers trying to come up from the southwest, maybe clipping the far southwest of England at this stage. So maybe Devon and Cornwall may see a few showers, maybe through during the night into Friday into Saturday. That goes into southern Wales. Then Saturday, this is showing some scattered showers breaking out across central areas. That's something we need to keep an eye on. There's that weather front trying to get into the far northwest of Scotland through Saturday, and this is about as far as this model goes actually. So let's bring that back. Let's see if I can go further. Would that take me beyond Saturday? Nope. I think it might be the 6 o'clock run. That might take me beyond that Saturday. No. Okay. This only takes up to about 50 hours on here. So that's showing the risk of some scattered showers on Saturday, but there is uncertainty in that. So let's have a look at the latest GFS and go straight onto the 850. See how hot the air is above with a pressure chart as well. So there's high pressure set towards the east of Europe. We're still bringing in this hot air from Europe. The 20-degree isotherm is just clipping the east coast of England. Got that trough of low pressure sat towards the west, and the wind around this is bringing the air from the south to southeast. So let's run this through for the next few days. So much of the UK is under the 15-degree isotherm, so that keeps temperatures into the high 20s for many areas. Got the 20-degree isotherm trying to get back into the south there on Saturday. Does that try and come in? It still stays out into France there, but that seems to be fizzling away actually. as cooler air does try to come down from the northwest, and I'm not wrong to say it's cool air. We've seen these greens starting to progress across Scotland through into Sunday. Then cooler air does seem to push through eventually as we head into Tuesday. So that brings down the plus 5 degree isotherm, so that'll be much fresher air aloft. And even the 0 degree isotherm actually does reach Scotland. So we've gone from about 15 degree isotherm at 850 HPA, and we're back down to 0. And anything below -5 is the risk of potentially some wintry weather. So the air aloft is starting to get cooler there, especially for parts of Scotland. As we head through to the end of the week, it's like with low pressure, it's like trying to develop across the UK. It brings in more warmer air coming through into Friday. But there is a lot of uncertainties going into next weekend, all because of what's happening in the Atlantic. Oh, that's lovely. I've got a very long legs just flew right next to me. Get off. So yeah, we'll have a look at the Atlantic in just the storm in just a moment, but there's definitely a storm there in the central Atlantic there. But it was these systems that interact with the jet stream which causes havoc with the computer models because they don't know what to do with them. So going ahead into next weekend, as a brief warm sector there before things start turn cooler again across the UK. So what are we down? That's in a week's time. Hang on. Yes, next Friday at the moment, under relatively cool air actually across the UK. But as we look at the screen now towards the west of the image there, we've got Lee and another tropical system there. But as I said, I will be looking at in just a moment. And this computer model of GFS brings in low pressure. So it looks like low pressure is getting fully into charge as we're going to later next week. And that brings in, I would say, more like the autumn air. So let's actually, something I've not looked at for a while is the thickness line. As we see, anything above 564 is what we call the summer line. Anything below 546 is more like the autumn line, and anything below 528 is what I class as the winter line, so like really cold air. So we've actually got the 5-6 line, which is temperatures. This will bring temperatures up into the low to mid 30s. That is sat just off the east coast of England. And then, as I said, the 546 line is what we'll class as more autumnal airflow. So the 564 line, warm to hot air across the UK through Saturday. And Sunday, that starts to shift towards the east. And Monday, the 546 line goes into Scotland, into parts of Northern Ireland. Into Wednesday, that 546 line is sat across Scotland, parts of Northern England. With that low pressure coming through next Thursday, Friday, potentially at this stage. We'll get back into warmish air, but we've got that deep air of low pressure building up there under relatively cool air through into days 10. It looks like the Atlantic does start to take over. And the autumn, as what I class the autumn line, towards the end of this run, does really start to make more of an appearance across the UK. And that cold air sat towards Greenland. That cold air, obviously, this time of year now, things are starting to cool down towards the Arctic. So let's have a look at the temperatures for the next few days. So let's have a look at tonight's minimum temperature forecast. So tonight's minimum temperatures widely across the UK, parts of Scotland into northern England, perhaps 14, 15 degrees. For much of Wales, England, through the Midlands, 17, 18 degrees, and parts of London, maybe across the M4 corridor, could actually stay above 20 degrees all night. So another warm night across the board. Let's have a look at the temperatures for tomorrow. So temperatures tomorrow expected widely again into the high 20s, not just for England and Wales, up into Scotland as well, where temperature mid to high 20s easily, virtually across the whole UK, to be honest, including Ireland, or above mid 20s. We could see a 30, maybe a 31 down the far southeast of England. Then as we head overnight into Saturday, again, it's going to be another warm night. Temperatures widely across the whole UK, not dropping really below 14, 15 degrees. Across much of northern England into Wales and England, staying between 17 and 19 degrees. And again, parts of southeast England could actually stay above 20 degrees all night. Potentially, we could beat the September record of the highest minimum temperature. So that's still shown perhaps around the capital, not even dropping below 22 degrees all night. Let's have a look at the maximum temperatures through into Saturday. Again, it's going to be another hot day across the UK. Temperatures widely yet again into the high 20s. Much of eastern England there up into 30, 31. I reckon we could get hit 32 or even 33 degrees. I do not see us beating the September record of 35.6 degrees, which was done back in the early 1900s. So 35.6 degrees is the all-time September record. But I reckon we're going to be peaking around about 33 degrees on Saturday down towards the far southeast. If you hop over the channel into nearby France, we've got temperatures there up to 37 or 38 degrees. So for September, it's not really bad going, really, is it? As we're seeing towards the far northwest of Scotland, that cool air is starting to move in. Temperatures back down there, 17, 18 degrees. Across the Western Isles, you still get 24, 25, maybe 26 towards northeast of Scotland. Then overnight into Sunday, again, temperatures widely into the high teens across much of the UK. Again, another warm night towards eastern England into the southeast of England. Again, if the minimum temperature record gets broken on Saturday morning, it could get broken again on Sunday morning potentially. But there's that fresh air coming into Ireland and parts of much of Scotland there. Temperatures will be dropping below 14, 13, 12 degrees there. Again, across much of England and Wales, looking about 18, 19 degrees minimum into Sunday morning. Into Sunday, again, it's going to be another hot day across the UK. Once again, temperatures will be reaching the high 20s across much of England and Wales. Again, parts of Lincolnshire into the home counties down into southeast England. We're looking at temperatures beyond 30 degrees. So we're looking again 30, 31, maybe 32, maybe a 33 somewhere again on Sunday. Again, much of Ireland is now back into the low 20s, parts of the central belt there, back into the high teens there. Some areas across eastern Scotland, again, could reach 24, 25 degrees, but that cooler air is up and towards the northwest of the UK. And it looks like it could be another warm night as we head into Monday with this latest GFS model. Again, Monday morning is going to be another warm start. Seems like it starts to get a bit cooler towards Wales, so temperatures down to about 14, 13 degrees there, minimums. Across parts of the Midlands, actually as well, is getting down to around about 15 degrees. But again, parts of through Lincolnshire down towards the eastern side of England, temperature will be still into 18, 19, 20, maybe 21 degrees minimum through into Monday morning. And the cooler airs again across Ireland and to northwest Scotland, where temperatures will be just into double figures there. And the heat continues into Monday, but that weather front does seem to be moving further southeastwards. It's like it's now sat across northwest England through into Wales and anywhere through the Midlands into East Anglia or towards the south coast. Temperature again will be in the mid to high 20s. So not as high as it has been recently. Temperatures will be perhaps dropping by about 3 or 4 degrees into Monday. And cooler, fresh air has reached much of Ireland, well, all of Ireland and of Scotland as well. Temperatures here into the high teens. And are we expecting another warm night into Tuesday morning with the latest run? Only down the far southeast of England, where temperatures could stay around about 17, 18 degrees for parts of the East Anglia, maybe the southeast. But that cooler, fresh air by then will reach much of England and Wales, where temperatures will drop down to around about 12, 13, 14 degrees. Then parts of northern England could drop down to 7, 8 degrees, and Scotland could be down into mid-single figures, so 4, 5, 6 degrees, as well as all over Ireland as well, down into mid-single digits. We'll take this through into Thursday top. Let's take it through to Wednesday tops now, actually, because we're obviously getting to the most unreliable time frame. Then looks like the heat does actually end on Tuesday, so it looks like Monday at this stage will be the end of the really warm, hot weather. So top temperatures on Tuesday, we're looking for much of England and Wales, the high teens, maybe the low 20s for parts of southeast England, maybe into Lincolnshire as well. So for much of England and Wales, we look at more the high teens there. And parts of England and Scotland, looking maybe around about 10 to 14 degrees. So at this stage, the latest GFS model, we're looking at this heat to stay through to, I will say, the end of Monday. Then if we go to the minimum temperatures through Tuesday night into Wednesday at this stage, temperatures wildly down into single figures, maybe the odd 11 or 12 there through into Wednesday morning. So definitely much cooler. Fresh air will move through into the start of next week, into midweek by sure. So let's have a look at the Cape and Lifted charts, see if there's any risk of some thunderstorms. I've got these weather fronts moving in, so let's have a look. High Cape and Lift doesn't mean it's a guarantee of thunderstorms, but if there's a trigger there, it could potentially be some thunderstorms. So we've got high Cape across much of England and Wales through Friday, but I think there is like a little system coming up from the southwest there, so anything that does come through may be the risk of thunder. And on Saturday, the UKV model is showing some scattered showers for Saturday, and with the Cape and Lifted at good levels there, some of those showers will be on the thunderous side, but some we need to firm up in the next few days. Then through Sunday, nice Cape charts there, with this weather front set across Northern Ireland into Scotland. Potentially, I won't rule out some thunderstorms perhaps breaking out ahead of that weather front with the high Cape and Lifted there. That could trigger some thunderstorms maybe for parts of Wales up through the Pennines into northwest England, into northern England as well. Sort of definitely need to keep an eye on this weekend. Then we've got that weather front coming through Monday, introducing that fresh air, and we can say goodbye to all that cape and lifted. So someone needs to keep an eye on this weekend. Might be some risk of some isolated thunderstorms. Let's have a look, see if there's any comments on the page. Nothing as yet. Hello to the one watcher. I'm guessing that could be Andy. If it is you, Andy, just say hello in the comments there. Just bear me 1 second while I just take a sip of a drink. It is very warm. Right, let's move on. Ooh, that daddy long legs decides he wants to make a contact with my ear. Right, one more. No one actually. Let's move on. Let's move on actually, and have a look with the latest with the hurricanes. So let's move on to the National Hurricane Center, and let's head towards the Central Pacific, see if anything's there. So we've got nothing at all there in the Central Pacific. In the Eastern Pacific, we have got Hurricane Jova. Let's have a quick look at that. Wow, maximum sustained winds of 155 miles an hour. So that puts that at virtually a Category 5 hurricane there across the Eastern Pacific, moving west-northwestwards at 16 miles an hour. It's expected to move northwest in the open waters of the Eastern Pacific. Will start easing off in the next 24 hours, back down to a Category 2 by the end of Friday. And as we head into the weekend, it will start decreasing even more and expected more or less to dissipate by the time we get into the early part of next week. And that's all there is in the Eastern Pacific at the moment. But the Atlantic, we're actually more or less into the peak season now, the Atlantic. Let's have a cut this X there. Northeastern Atlantic, it's the remnants of ex-Hurricane Franklin. Showers of thunderstorm activity associated with post-tropical cyclone Franklin, located a few hundred miles west-northwest of the northwestern coast of Spain, has diminished this afternoon. Environmental conditions are becoming increasingly unfavorable, and this development is no longer expected as the system meanders northwest of Spain and Portugal. And the percentage for the next 48 hours and 7 days is literally near 0%. So we don't have to worry about that one. And Tropical Depression 14 has just recently formed, probably in the last 12 to 24 hours. Let's have a look at the progress track of that in the next few days. And so that'll be our next named storm. Maximum sustained winds of 35 miles an hour, moving west-northwestwards at 17 miles an hour. In the next few days, that's expected to start picking up actually during the weekend, from a tropical storm up to a hurricane as it moves towards the central Atlantic. And that was one of the storms we've seen on the GFS 12Z run on the charts. So that's not as expected to hit any land at all. It's moving away from I believe it's the Cabo Verde Islands, from what I remember correctly. You got the Azores just here, so it looks like it's just going to go in straight into the central Atlantic and leave everybody alone for now. And the main one now is Hurricane Lee. Let's have a look at the key points for Hurricane Lee. Lee is forecast to become a major hurricane later today, with its core moving north of the northern Leeward Islands, the Virgin Islands and Puerto Rico this weekend and early next week. The potential for tropical storm conditions to occur in the islands is decreasing, but residents there should continue to monitor updates on Lee. And swells generated by Lee are expected to reach portions of the Lesser Antilles on Friday, and the British and US Virgin Islands, Puerto Rico and Hispaniola, the Bahamas and Bermuda this weekend. These swells are likely to cause life-threatening surf and rip current conditions. So they're not expected to directly be hit by Lee, but it still could affect the seas near the area. Excuse me. So let's have a look at the warning call for this. So currently, Hurricane Lee is got maximum sustained winds of 105 miles an hour, moving west to northwestwards at 15 miles an hour. And we'll show you what is expected of Lee on the other charts. So Lee's expected perhaps maybe go up to a category 5 as it moves more towards the west-northwest in the next few days. And by the time we get to Tuesday, it could be sitting anywhere between here and here at this stage. Will it head towards Florida? We shall see in the next few days. But potentially, what could that do is maybe avoid Florida, and there's like signs of it coming around in this direction. You see, it could loop around towards the North Atlantic, but may take a slight swipe at the east side of America. So let's have a look at the visible satellite actually from Lee. Let's get that to load up. Just looking back at the comments there. It is me listening and having my late tea. Need some rain over here. Good evening, by the way, and good evening to you. Potentially, might not see any rain till maybe late Monday into Tuesday, unless you do get the odd scattered shower, maybe into Sunday. So Monday potentially could be the next time you could get any precipitation. So this is the visible satellite of Hurricane Lee. And you begin to start to see the eye form there. It starts to turn into a bit of a monster of a storm, actually. Let's look at the next tab I saved. So that is the forecast track for the spaghetti model of many computer model runs, where Lee could go in the next few days. Some of these take up to 240 hours away. So that's the next 10 days. So model agreements, virtually no one agreements moving in this direction. Then there is a bit of uncertainty once it gets to around about this location. A few takes a bit further west. You've got this one that takes it over towards Cuba. You've got a few that tries to take it just offshore towards Florida there. But most of these models take turning this around about here, but it's just where that turn will happen. Some swing it straight back out here, some delay that turn and could get quite close to the eastern side of America. So some of them definitely need to keep an eye on beyond the weekend. And the intensity, let's do that again, but this time let's share the tab. That usually helps. So let's go run through what I just said again. So much of agreement there. So it's once we get to around about this location here, there's a bit of uncertainty of where these want to take it. There's that model run I mentioned. That one model run there wants to take it over towards Cuba, but that's much of an outlay there. And it's where this turn will happen. So the black thick line is the main line of where it could go. So some take it a bit further towards closer to America, and some of it just takes it turning a bit sooner than that. But potentially will stay off the eastern side of America, but we'll need to watch that closely in the next few days to after the weekend. And the next tab I will show you is the forecast intensity of Hurricane Lee. Currently, it's coming into a Category 2 storm, and many models take this actually up as a Category 4, and there's probably about 3 or 4 there. It does actually take up to a Category 5, so potentially there we're looking at a severe major hurricane, but this will be the strongest hurricane so far of the season if we do get to Category 5. Because for one, I don't think we've had a Category 5 yet. Franklin was a Category 4 from what I remember, and the one that hit Florida just last weekend, which one was that? The name's just gone right out of my head at the moment. But that did briefly go to Category 4 before I go back to a 3 as we hit Florida. And it's bugging me now what that hurricane was called. It had a funny pronunciation to it. I swear it was that's annoying. It'll come to me eventually. But anyway, most of these models take it more to a Category 4 storm and potentially be more coming towards a Category 5 before eventually all going there towards 154, 144 hours as a Category 3. So again, we'll need to keep an eye on Lee more or less after the weekend to see where it goes. So let's have a look at one more thing. Let's have a look at the latest observations. Let's have a look at the temperatures still across the UK. So we're still showing around 29 degrees there at Headcorn Aerodrome. And quick flick through, temperature's still around about 25 degrees, 22. And I swear let's have a look at the visibility. So also we've perhaps got some fog there down towards some of these eastern coasts there. Some visibility across eastern side there, perhaps down to about 5 kilometres there. So I'll say it must be somewhat low cloud or fog affecting these areas here. And is there any wind to show off? That's got a gust of 21 miles an hour. I can't show exactly where, but yeah, central of the UK, 1 mile per hour. So literally barely a breath of wind anywhere, 9 per hour at Stansted, which are in 5 to 8 Escadam Muir. So virtually not a breath of wind really at all around. And that really concludes tonight's live. Let's stop sharing that tab. So what we can see at the moment, this heat is actually going to last through into Sunday, Monday. Well, phrase that. Heat's going to last till around about Monday before that cooler fresh air starts moving down from the northwest on Monday. Thunderstorm risk, a possibility of risk there as that cold front moves across the UK through Sunday into Monday. There could be maybe ahead of that cold front, could get a few showers breaking out, maybe thunderstorms ahead of it, but something we definitely need to keep an eye on in the next few days and firm up on. But I don't see it being like a major thundery breakdown. I think it could be just a boring cold front moving down from the northwest, and goodbye heat. What do I think? Well, is this the last heat of the summer? I think it will be. I think if we do get any warmth, I reckon we're just perhaps going to see the low 20s now for the foreseeable, unless we get a huge setup like we just had there, where we had an Namiga block with high pressure set Central Europe, where that's low pressure. The warm air wafting up from the southeast and south, but I don't see us hitting 30 degrees after this heat wave breaks in the next few days. So that could be it now till probably next summer. So it's been a funny old summer, really. We're at a very nice, I'll say quite hot June. Then July and August was, well, July was awful, really. Quite wet, cool. August was average, but September, well, the way we're looking at one of the warmest Septembers at the moment, but let's see how the rest of the month goes. Before we know, it could turn really cool, and just what we had at the start of this month could change to what we've got at the end of the month, so it could turn out to be just an average September, but we'll soon see in the next few weeks. Okay, that's enough from me tonight. I'll be back on Sunday. We'll keep you updated through the weekend. I think it's Friday today because I work Sunday to Thursday, and when it gets into Thursday, I'm thinking it's bloody weekend. But yeah, we'll keep you updated. If any significant thunderstorms could occur, we'll let you know. I'll keep you updated when we can for myself and the team. So thank you for watching, and I shall see you Sunday night for the Sunday night show. So take care, thanks for watching, and goodbye from me. Ta-ra.